How's it going, everybody? The first two qualifiers of this year's Dominion Series happened this weekend, and as there was no official stream, I thought I'd keep you guys up to date with things. If you've been following my videos the last few weeks, you've seen the one about the 100% friendly firebug. That one led to a 1 week delay of the first qualifier, so that's why there were two this weekend. Or that was the plan at least. Servers went down on Sunday, so halfway through the EU one, it had to be stopped. So the remaining matches as well as the whole NA tourney are played on Monday, which is today for me, but after I'm recording this one here. There were quite a few matches to watch nonetheless. I recorded some of them, and I'll also upload them this time. There won't be any casting, it'll just be matches straight up. I'll put them in a playlist and let you guys know. It'll take a while to render them. Let me know how the interest in this is in general, as it takes up a lot of hard drive space and upload time. This video today is going to be about a few topics surrounding the competitive games in general and some things you could observe when watching the official streams last time. The first topic is hero picks and the variety of those, or rather the lack thereof. It is true that there are some clear best picks in For Honor. The big five were Warlord, Black Prior, Centurion Kensei and Warmonger during the last Dominion series. This time, a few more surfaced. Gladiator, Nobushi and Griffin. The surprising part is that Griffin was almost exclusively a thing for the NA brackets, whereas the strong EU teams completely ignored him. So we already see a slight difference in metas depending on region. And Warmonger seemed to have dropped out of the top picks. Players have learned how to deal with her feats, and especially how to avoid the tier 1 quite consistently. I'm also not really counting the off picks from teams that just participate for fun. Something you often see in other games when they present numbers like 70% of all champs have been picked over the course of a season. When in reality, a lot of these were one-off troll picks from teams that were eliminated from a tournament or already secured a playoff spot. But there is one thing we can take a look at when including other games and their pick rates. Metas do shift, and no matter how the balance is, there will always be one or two top picks. Look at League of Legends throughout the years and the times when Kassadin was strong. He was never just strong, he was brokenly overpowered and had to be banned or picked. And that is not something that only happens rarely. Most bans or picks are normal, and one solution is already in how I presented it just now. The games do have bans. Even if there is an absolutely broken hero, banning that one usually opens up the door for 2 or 3 others, which automatically leads to more pick variety. A lot of these games also have single pick not just per team, but for a match. So, if one team picked Warlord, the other couldn't, which is not the case at the moment. Team compositions can be identical in For Honor tournaments. What I'm trying to say is that it's a little disingenuous when comparing it to other games that have multiple other barriers in place that already force a higher variety in character picks. Without that, these issues would also be exacerbated in those games. I'm not trying to use these as excuses, as I can fully understand that people would love to see many different heroes. And when the heroes from the last testing grounds get put into the game, those will definitely shake things up. So keep an eye on that. Whether it will increase the overall amount of different heroes or just shift the most picks, that remains to be seen. Now I want to pick out a few strategies seen in those games. One is on Harbor. I've watched Bara do this for weeks on end and always wondered how nobody is doing anything about it. At the moment, it is quite common to send 3 players to mid in the beginning of a match and fight there. On many maps actually, that's not exclusive to Harbor. The ganker captures the home point while the rest goes to fight in mid. And one person goes up the ladder and fights up on top of the mast. Crow's nest already or catwalk, let me know what this is called exactly please. For weeks, nobody copied this and people got free drop attacks into mid. This tactic is obviously reliant on people actually fighting in mid, but as the lane is extremely important, it is not that rare to get a kill straight from the get-go. With coordination, either via block stun or guard break, a drop attack can be guaranteed. Over the course of the evening, you could see people that adapted to this, and we'd have 1v1 fights up there pretty much every game. So, if you're one of the participants, keep an eye out for people trying to attempt this. If you can keep someone busy up there, the mid fight tends to shift towards one side, which makes a drop attack no longer feasible after not even a minute. Another thing was the over-reliance on C on Temple Garden. The general approach for Temple has been to send 2 people C and 2 people mid. A is usually ignored. What could be observed this time though was that the team Natural Mind Games continued the trend of sending 3 people mid, ignoring C completely and capping A. I don't know whether I'd call it caught people by surprise or people just don't know how to deal with it yet. But very often the duo team from C immediately rotated mid, which left C open for the back cap. We've seen many mid fights take so long that the back cap plus the initial A cap led to quite a point lead. This tactic didn't auto-win them games, but it absolutely broke up the usual monotony when it comes to Temple Garden openers. There were a few games where the importance of the C point truly showed, but this tactic really threw a wrench in some teams' usual game plan. And for the last part, it is about Renown Game. I will make a separate video as this is too important a thing, and I know that many people will ignore this one here for whatever preconceived reasons. Dying on points that are owned by the enemy is a bad thing and should be avoided at all costs because of the extra renown gain for defenders. I will explain in detail this week. But it was one of these things that could be observed quite frequently when watching teams that know about this detail. But I'll leave you with that for now. Please let me know if and how you'd like to see the Dom series presented. The official broadcasts are limited, so it's not that easy to catch the whole thing. Obviously, some participants are streaming, so you can watch it live. So let me know what you'd like to see. Is it interviews, focus on one game, whole series, or whatever else. For now, I hope this one was interesting. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.